Hey everybody, once again you're welcome to my YouTube channel, Pizza Analytics. In today's video we are going to be talking about Ghostery store analysis. I've already carried out this analysis in Power BI, so if you're interested in using Power BI to analyze data, you can check out the video, and I'm also going to put the link below. But we're doing this in Microsoft Excel for as many that probably are interested in Microsoft Excel and as many that use Microsoft Excel, because not everybody that actually use Power BI. But if you use both, I think it will be nice for you to learn how to analyze data in both. But if you use one, then the other is also fine. But also remember that the design, also the visualization, everything won't be the same, but you still have some things to learn from it. Then what are we going to be learning here? This is a Ghostery from a Ghostery store. What they want to see, firstly, they want to see the total sales, and they want to see the average sales as well. They would like to see the number of items, and also they want to see the rating. They would like to see all these things in their, in this dashboard. They want to see how much have they sold in their product. And also they want to see total sales by fat outlet, because they have a different outlet. They have tier 3, tier 2, tier 1, and they want to see how much does each outlet generated, and which of those are fat food where much people really bought. So these are the things that we have to look into. You see, we have low fat, we also have regular fat. If people are really buying a low fat food, or people are buying a regular fat food, these are the things we look into when we're analyzing this data. If you are new to this channel, what we do is we build visualization around data. We use Microsoft Excel, and we also use Power BI to analyze and also visualize our data. We also have a tutorial ongoing about SQL. Beginner, we're starting from the beginner to advanced, and also you can look out for that. Then we have a program also ongoing for Python. If you want to really learn Python for data analysis, we have a project that we just start ongoing already. Please, if you find this video interesting and you find this video useful, please subscribe to this channel. Please like, and as well as please also share, so that this channel can grow and get to people that will also need it to learn. And probably there's something or anything you would like me to make video on, please you can as well put it in the comment section. It will all be attended to, and I always provide the data for you to use so that you'll be able to follow along. Remember that practice make perfect. So if you want to be a good data analyst, or you want to be a good business analyst, you have to practice every day. You have to analyze data. You have to learn from people that have already gone ahead of you, and everybody will learn. So we are going to kickstart our ride, and as many that want to take this ride together with me, let's take our journey together. I've already provided a frame that we're going to use. That is why I name it a dashboard tool. So this is where we are going to be putting our data, our chart, after we already visualize it. And we might decide to use another background apart from this, and we can also use this background as well, because we are learning and we have to learn everything possible. Once again, you are welcome to my channel. So this is the data we are going to be using. So we are having our Ghostery data already. As you can see, when I click on it, we have already in a table format. So that means this data has already we have already created a table for this. Here a table for this data. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to insert. Just go to insert, and we are going to insert a pivot table. From there, we'll get start how to begin to start from our KPIs. These are the KPIs. We have total sales, we have the average sales, then we have the number of items, then we have number of items, then we have average rating. These are our KPIs that we are going to be analyzing. So we go back to our data, then we'll go to insert. From insert, we are going to click on pivot table. Then from the pivot table already, our table name is table 1. That is the name of our table. We didn't change it. Microsoft Excel gave us this name. Then we have option of new worksheet, and we also have option of existing worksheet. So we are going to use a new worksheet. Then before then, it's always good for you to check your data. If you are given the data to analyze, please check your data, look at it very well. Be familiar with your data first. And remember everything you are going to be doing, or you are going to be doing, how to analyze the data, what exactly is needed in the dashboard will be provided to you. So the first thing is go to your data, get yourself familiarized with your data, look at your data very well. What and what do I need? What and what don't I need in this data? Then from there, you'll be able to say, okay, I'm using this. If there's anything to remove or there's anything you think can be adjusted, you just have to do that. So that is the first thing I'm going to tell as many of you that you are a beginner in analyzing a data. Then we go to okay, since already we have our table range, which is this, that means everything here is our table range. When I scroll down, it covers everything. That is our table range. Then the next thing is shows where you want the pivot table to be placed. We want our pivot table to be placed in new worksheet. So we don't want to use existing worksheet. We want a new worksheet, because if we decide to use existing worksheet, we can decide to make it to be beside this place. So we don't want that. Then I'm going to click OK. Then already we have our pivot table open. Then I'm going to draw the sheet 1. I will draw it very close here. I can as well move it down here because I would like the dashboard to be at the right hand side end. So we have this, and I'm going to name this as KPI. Remember, I may not be able to use KPIs because I've already analyzed this data, but I'm going to put X at the back. So it's going to be KPI so that I'll be able to reuse it. Now, there's another thing I would like to teach you. Let me click out of this. You can see it has disappeared. Our pivot field has disappeared. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to click on this. It will come back. In case I click on this and it doesn't show, then I will tell you the next thing to do. So we have our pivot table. Then the first thing that we are going to pick is we are going to pick our total sales. We have our sales, and here is our row, and here is the value, here is the column. So whatever we are putting here, we're having it in a straight line down. Then whatever we are putting here, we're having it here straight. That is the row column we're talking about. Then this is the filter in case we want to filter anything. Then I'm going to pick the cells first, and I'm going to put the cells here. So you see we have it straight down. In case, let's say for instance, if I, okay, now I'm going to pick something else. Let me pick the outlet type. If I put it outlet type here, look at it, you can see we have it straight down. That is the row. If I decide to put it here, you can see we have it. That is the column. So we are not using column, we are using row. I'm just using this to teach you. So the next thing we are going to have is we are going to have our average sales. Already we have our sum of sales. We pick the sales again, then we put it down. Then you can see we have two sum of sales, sum of sales, sum of sales. So we are going to right click, then go to value field settings. From the value field settings, we have it in sum, no, but we want it in average. So we have it array, then we click OK. We can always change it. The title is average of sales too. Don't worry. Leave it that way. Then the next thing we are going to pick is we need our number of items. We want to see the total item sold. Then our number of item is going to be our item identifier. So we pick it, then we are going to make it here. Then we have it already in count because that is what exactly we would like to use. We have it in count. Then the third thing we are going, the fourth thing we are going to pick in our KPI is our rating. So we pick our rating, then we put our rating here. So we have our rating as sum of rating. We don't want the sum of rating, we want average rating. Then we'll come back again to right click, then go to value field settings, then go to average. Then we have our average rating as 3.9 point something. Now we want to change the name, so we don't want the name we are seeing there, so we turn it to total. I want it as a total sales. That is good. Then we come back here, we have average sales. We can just change it to AVG and remove this. Then we have average sales. So then the next thing is we are going to have our count of item. Then we remove the identifier from there. Then this will have average rating. So we have our average this way. Then we remove this. So everything is already done. So we are already done with our KPIs. Before then, there is something I would like us to do. We are going to we can just leave it at that. Initially I wanted to copy down, but let it that way. Then I'm going to insert currency. So go to home. From home, I will go to either pick here, either I pick here, either of the two. You will surely get where you're going. So then I'm going to currency. Then I'm going to insert a currency because this is sales and sales have to have a currency. So you can decide to use any currency of your choice, but I'm going to show you the currency I'm going to use now. So you see, you can decide to whatever. Let me see if I've gone ahead. The currency that we really want to use. Let me see. Yeah, this is what I want to use. I'm putting this and I'm clicking OK. Then I'm going to reduce decrease. So that is the list you can go. No problem. Then we'll come back to this. This is average rating, so we don't have to put a currency. I'll just reduce this and I want to make it like 141. So that's good. Then this is good. This is just a number, so we don't have to. Then the average rating, we want it to be 3.9 or 4.0. Yeah, 4.0 will be good. So we have this. You can see I've clicked out of this. And this has gone. Let me click any of this back. Already, I have this. Then the next thing we are going to do is I want us to copy this because we are going to reuse it. We copy this, then we put it somewhere around here. I can just, okay, then escape key to remove this. Then we have this. In the case of this, we don't need so many things. Like we don't need average rating, so we'll remove the average rating, as well as we don't need the count of item. I'm going to remove the count of item. I don't need average sales. We remove the average sales. So the next thing we are going to put is we need our VAT content. So we have this back. Let's click on this. So we click on this in order to have this back. Then we go to our VAT content. Let's look for the VAT content. This is our VAT content. We have our VAT content here. Exactly, that is what we actually want to achieve. Then we have our VAT content there. Then in this our VAT content, we are going to use a pie chart for it. So we can just have this. Let's go to insert. From insert, we're having our pie chart. And let's put our pie chart closer. I'll put closer here. So we don't need this. This is total sales. Come to hide or field buttons on charts. We remove that. Then let's go to our dashboard. I want to see the name. Total sales by FAT content. So we'll go back and we'll make it total sales. Total sales. It's like something's have removed. So we have to then remove everything and retype it. So we have total sales by FAT content. By FAT content. So then we have it that way. Then we have our low fat, high fat. Then let's click here. Let's go to our data label. So we are putting our data label. Then we click on this. Let's go to more option. Already we have it. Okay, not though. More option. From the more option, we go to our label option. Then we have our number option. Then for our label option, remember we have just the value alone. Then the next thing we are going to include, we want to include category name. You can see we have regular. This is the amount of regular. I don't want it in the comma. I want it in a line. This is regular. Then the next thing is we are going to include our percentage. So you can see, oh, so let me see if using a comma will be better. No, let's make it in a line. We have it in a line, so that's good. Then the next thing we are going to do, actually we don't need this legend, we can easily remove it. Then we have this closer to here. Then the next thing we are going to do is we need we're still going to copy this as well. Let's copy this. We will use it. So we are copying this and we're bringing it down somewhere around here. Then we go back to, let's remove this. Then we have this open already. Click it back. Then what are we going to use here? Here we don't really want the FAT label. We are going to remove it. Then we are going to put another thing that we are going to use. Now what we're going to use is we are going to, first of all, let me control key shift, escape key on my table, on my keyboard to remove that. Then we'll come back to our former one. Then what we're going to use, first of all, we don't want the low fat. Then we are going to remove the fat content. Let me see. Then we have our total sales. Then we can pick our fat content and let's put our fat content in the column. Then let's put our outlier column location. Then we are having our outlier location. We are having it here. So that is exactly what we want to achieve. Instead of me removing the fat content out, I would rather put it here. So that is why I put it here back. Then our outlet location is in the row. Then we will remove this. We don't want the grand total. Let's remove the grand total. Remove the grand total. Then we have what we need. Then the next thing we are going to do, we are going to insert a chart. Then let's go to our insert and let's go to recommended chart and let's see. So we are having this recommended chart as column chart, but let's go to bar. So we are using the bar chart and then we are clicking OK. Now for this, now another mistake is this. We want to have this, the blue one to be down and the right one to be up, but never mind, we find a way around it. So we don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this, so we right click, then go to hide all field button, then hide it. Then we don't need this as well. We remove this. Then what else don't we need? We don't need this. Let's leave it. That is our legend. Then the next thing is we are going to, let's right click, then go to add data label. So we have the data label here. Then here also, let's right click and hide data label. Also, we have the data label here as well. Then we are going to sort. We want to sort this, not all, just one. Let's sort it from, let's go to sort from smallest to largest. Let's see. I think it's already operating from the smallest to largest. So let's operate it from largest to smallest. So we have it from largest to smallest, which is this. Then we go back to from smallest to largest. Let's pick it back to the former one. So we have this. Then the next thing we want to do is, remember, we want this to be at the top. So we can just pick this. Just look at what I'm going to do. And just pick this and bring it here. You understand? Just, you can see the way I did it, just drag it here. So that is what we actually did there. So we have this. Then I'm going to reduce this a bit. Then I'll go back to this label. I'm going to, this is data labels there, chart title. Yeah. And I'm going to add the chart title, which is going to be sales by fat outlets. Sales by fat outlets. Then we have it this here. This is good. Then we have to copy this again. Let's see. We have to copy to probably to reuse it one more time. So we are going to copy and to reuse it one more time. Let me copy this from here. Copy. And let me bring it down here. And let me paste. Then what are we going to use here next? Already, we don't need some things that we are going to actually remove. What are the things that we don't need here? So we are going to remove this. Let's come back here. Escape key to remove that one. Then we'll come back here. Then we don't want this. Remove it. It doesn't have fit that. Then we don't want this as well. We remove this. We have our total sales already. Then we need our item. What are the items? Let's go to the items. Item identifier, no. Item outlets, no. Item type. Let's go to the item type. And we want to see those items sold. We'll put it in our row. Then we come back here. You can see these our items. So we see baking goods. This is the amount sold. This bread. This is the amount sold. Breakfast. This is the amount sold. Can. This is the amount sold. Diary. This is the amount sold. Then we are going to insert a chart. We go back to insert. Then we go to recommended chart. You can either go to the recommended chart or pivot chart. Okay, let's go to pivot chart. It's going to give us the same thing. So we are having this as a column chart, but we don't want that. We go to bar. Let's go to bar. We are using a bar chart and we are clicking here. Let's bring it down. and we are going to remove this. How can we remove this? As usual, right click and go to hide all field button on charts. Then we don't want the down one here. Everything, we remove this. Okay, we don't want the total. We remove the total. Remember, but the total here we want it, which is going to be the title chart. Then with this, we want to sort this. Let's see from smallest to biggest first. Not at all. Just one of them. Right click, then go to sort. Smallest to biggest. Let's see if we are operating from smallest. Exactly. This is what we really want to achieve. Then we'll move this down. We'll still move it down a bit. Let's see. Then I would like to increase all this. Then I will control +1 on the keyboard. Then I will come to graph to wide. Then I'm going to just make it a bit bigger. A bit bigger as well. A bit bigger. I think that is actually good. Then the next thing I'm going to do, I will click here. Then I'll put edit label. And that is all we need to do here. We are done with this already. Then accept the title, which is going to be, we're going to have the title as sales by item. Sales by item. Please, if you find this video useful, if you find this video interesting, please subscribe, please comment, and as well as please share. And whatever you want me to include, please, you can just make it a comment. Actually, I will attend to every comment. Then the next thing we are going to do is we can as well probably, let's see if we can copy this, or we go to a new. We have this already. Then the next thing is, let's go to our table and let's insert a new pivot. Yes. Then we have this. Then we are going to, let's move this down here. Then we are going to name this as our, let's just make it our line. Let's make it as line chart. Then the first thing is we are going to pick. Okay, so we are going to pick our sales. Let's go to our sales. We are putting our sales here. As usual, we have it here. And we are going to turn it to currency. Let's go to home. And from home, then we come down to under here. Then we go to currency. From currency, we use the same currency that I used, but you can as well use anything you feel like. Then I'm going to use this. So I'm going to click OK. Then I'm going to decrease. Yeah, that's good. Click it back. Then the next thing is I'm going to put the year. The year is outlet establishment year. I'm going to put it here. So we want to see sales by year. That is because we want to see how does our sales by year moved. How does it moved? 2011, how much did they sell? Sold. 2012, how much were the products sold? 2014. These are the things that we want to see by using a line chart. Then we go to insert. Then we use recommended. And you can see it's giving us this, but we don't actually want this. We want this line chart. And as well, let me click out. Let me just cancel this. Let me click again. We can as well go to this chart and we pick this. So let's pick this and let's expand it and let's bring closer. Right click, hide office settings on chart. Then we don't want these lines, we remove them. Actually, we don't want this. We remove it. Actually, the year. We want the year, so we are not going to touch the year. So we leave it. Then this. Let's go to design. No, let's go to format. And we want to, let's go to shape. And let's go to bevel and let's use this. Then the next thing is, I'm going to click Ctrl+1. Remember, this is already highlighted. So I'm going to click Ctrl+1 on my keyboard to open the format series for me. Then I will go to this. Then I will go to marker. Then this is the marker. Then from the marker, I'm going to change the color to this red. Then I'm going to the next thing I'm going to do, the border. No, I want to increase this to be a bit bigger. So I'll scroll down, and wide, I'm going to increase it to, so you come down to wide. I'm going to make like 0 to 4 points. Let me make it 4 points and let me see. I think 4 points is actually good. And don't forget, we turn this back to red as well. So we have it that way. Then we remove this. We don't need it. Then the next thing we are going to do, we might ask where changes. Let's go to our dashboard. Let me see. Oh, that means something is missing. Thank you for finding it. Thank you for finding it. So we go back to our this. Then we are going to, let me see if, let's go to design. First of all, before the design, let's have our data label. We have our data label. And let me go to, let's go to there. You can click here. Let's go to below. Below is somehow good. And let's see above. Above is good as well. But let's use below. Or let's use above. Because this way go. Then we go to design. And let's see if we can actually change some things from the design menu. Let's see this. No. 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 None of them actually give us what we want. So we'll remove this. So we have sales by year. So we have sales by year. So you can see these are the sales by year that we have. Then we are going to put this closer here. Then the next thing is, don't forget, we're still going to copy this. Let's copy this and let's paste it here. Then escape key on your keyboard to remove this. Then we scroll down. Then we click on this. Otherwise, let's remove this first. Then we click this to be opened. It will close back, but that is not a problem. We'll always remove it. Then the next thing we are going to do is we need our outlet size. How should we do that? So we come back to this. We don't want the establishment. We want the outlet size. Putting it here. Then we are going to use pie charts as well. We are high, low. Again, let's come back here and let's see. Let's go to recommended charts. And let's see what it will recommend for us. It's recommending this for us. Medium. This is what we are having. Then let's go to bar. That is column. And let's go to bar. We are having this, which is not bad. Then we are changing the chart. Let's go to bar. And we're having small row. And then we are going to, let's sort. this from the smallest to biggest. When you're trying to sort, just click on just one, right click, then go to, we are having, let's use smallest to biggest, good, medium, small, high. So we're having smallest to biggest, then right click this, add your data label. I think this is the smallest to biggest. So we're having the medium with 507,000 plus, 444,000 plus, 248,000 plus. So we have that good. Then let's come back to here. Height. Then we don't need this. We remove. Then we don't need this. We remove. Then we don't need the lines in between. We remove. Then we have our chart title to be sales by outlet size. So we have sales by outlets by outlet size. So we are done with this. Then we have about 2 or 3 more to go. Then the next thing is we need our outlet location. So we are going to copy this. Let's copy this. And let's bring it down here. Let's paste. Escape key to remove this. Then we come back here. Then we want to just use we want the outlet location. So where is the outlet location? Is outlet location type. That is the only one we have. Then we are picking this. Then we are having it here. Then we are going to use waterfall. Then let's have this. Let's go to insert. Let's go to pivot table. And let's go down to funnel. Sorry, not waterfall. We're using funnel. You can see we can't create. It gives us an option. You can't create this chart type with data inside the pivot table. Please select a different chart type or copy the data outside the pivot table. So we were given instruction to, so we can actually go for one of them. So what are we going to do? We are copying this. We go for the second one that has us to copy out because we don't want to actually change the chart type. So we go back to what we have, pivot table, sorry, go to, no. So let's go to insert, let's go to recommended, all charts, then go back to funnel. Okay. Then the next thing we are going to do is let's sort. Let's sort this from probably smaller to biggest. Let's see. It's operating from smaller to biggest, and let's bring it back to largest to smallest. That's good. Already we have this. So we don't have to, the label is already there. So we have outlet location, outlet location. That is good. Then we are going to copy this again. Then we'll move down a bit. Then we'll paste it here. Then we are going to escape key. Then we are going to change the chart type. And we are going to make it the outlet type. Let's come back here. location. We'll remove this outlet type. Then we go to our chart. Let's go to insert, either pivot or recommended. Then we go to, let's use bar chart. We have bar, put it closer, hide, remove this, we don't want it. Then let's go to one of these, just one, right click, then go to sort. Let me see, like just the biggest. No, let me go to smallest. That's good. Then we don't want this. Then we'll put right click and add your data label. Everything is perfectly okay. Then we change the title. Then we don't want this. Don't forget to remove this. Then we go to our title. Then we are going to have outlet type. So we have outlet type. We are done. Then we have just one more to go. Then we're going to copy this. Copy everything. Then we'll paste it here. Then we'll go to for the outlet type, we want to see the count, but I think we can as well cut it there. So let's leave this here. Then let's go back to our dashboard. So we have already, we come back to this later. So we have this, then we go to our dashboard too, and we are going to name it as, let me name this as report. Let me rename and let me put it report. And let me have this as the main dashboard. So we have, I've already prepared this. Then we right click on this. We have, let's draw this here. Let's draw this closer here. Then the next thing we are going to have from here is, let's go to our KPIs. We have total sales, we have average sales, then we have ratings. Let me move this here. You may be wondering, how did I get this shape? This is how I got this shape. Go to insert, go to shape, and this is the shape that I use. This is over. That is the shape that I use. So we'll come back to our KPIs. First of all, we have sales average sales, count of item, then we have reach rating. Then I'm going to copy this to reuse. I'm going to copy. I'm going to paste. Let me see, we're able to paste. Yeah. Then I'm going to put as count of item. Everything is capitulated, don't forget. Count of item. Then I'm going to straighten a bit. Then I'll bring this. Let me copy this again because I'm going to use it for the other one. Then bring this here. This is here. Then I have to move this a bit down here so that there will be a row for this. So we have this. This is here. I've already started doing this, so don't worry, I'm going to tell you what I did there. Then we have this as average rating. So just change this to average rating. Average. I should have copied that. Every chain. Have this as average rating. Then we move our average rating down here. So we have the average rating there already. Then what do I do there? Let me move this out for you to see. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste. So let me remove that one down. Then let me put this one down back here. What I did was, let's come back here. That is going to be count of item. I'm just putting is equal to, then we come back here, scroll up our count of item, then click enter. What happened? This format is missing a range or a defined name. Okay, that's not a problem. Count of item, this to this. Okay, let's leave it. Let's come back here. Okay. Let's remove the equal to. Let's come back here. Then I'm going to do something here. Let me move this down. And equal to. Let me move this. Equal to. Let me move this. Then let me go back to, I'm going to decrease this. Go to home, declare. Then let me go back to the dashboard and let me have this. Let me remove this. And let me have equal to here. Then we'll go back here. Then let me have this. I think this time around it should work. So it actually works. So I click out, I click back. Then I'm going to use this. Then I'm going to just make it somehow. Doesn't matter. You can as well just pick it. Before I pick this, let me just try to copy because I'm going to use it for the other one. Copy, then I'm going to paste. Then I'm moving this down to count of item. So that is what I did here. Then for this, I'm also going to remove this. Then I'm going to put this. Then click out, click back, then just have this. Then move this down. So that is what I did there. Then the next thing is, what I did here was I just move all this down because I used another format here. Then we'll come back here. Then we can as well, because I used a frame for this. That's why we're having this like this. Then before then, we come back here. I'm going to click on this. Hold. Click on this. Wait, let me click on this. Double. Let me click on this. Let me click on this. Click on this. Then click on this. Everything. Make sure you select everything. Everything. Let everything be selected. Back. I don't want anything to be missing out. Let me have this. This is this. Then I need This is this. I don't want anything to be missing out. Then we go to format. Then we go to group. And let's click this as well. And let's have this as well. Then we'll go to group. Then we'll group everything. So that's when I'm moving this, everything can move together. You see? So that is just the logic behind it. Then we start taking our shot, one after the other. Then the first thing we are going to pick, I would like us to pick. We are not going to pick this first. We are going to pick this. Let's pick this and let's bring it down here. So we have this here. Then the next thing is we don't want this. Then we are going to just control 1 and it will open. So we don't want to fill. Remember, I think we remove this line initially. So let's go back to the KPIs. So we didn't remove this line. So let's remove this line. Let me see if it will appear here. No. So we have this. And then the next thing is we don't want a border as well. Everything is gone. Then I'm going to have this. We're going to have this as the same color here. Let me see. Exactly. So we go back. Just that I'm not going to use a frame there. Then we have this as well, the same color. Then we have this as white. We'll come back. We have this as white. This is what we have here. If I decide to use a frame, I will go to insert. I mean a shape. I'm going to pick probably, let me pick any of this, I think. Let me pick this, I use this. Then let me have this. And I'm going to no fill. Then let me see, no line. Let me put line, let me put that line. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'll come down here. I will use claw, or let me just come down to test effect shape. I'm using this shape. When you click out, you see, this is the shape we're using. So I can just forget about the other ones. Let me see this outline shape line. Let me put white. And I think that will be good. And we can turn this to white. Then we can move this inside here. Let me click out. Let me move this hard back. So we have this inside of here. So I can as well just reduce it a bit. So that's it. Remember, it's different from what I use here, but almost the same thing. So you can see. Then I will come back. I'm going to remove this out. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it because I will use it. Then come on. Then I'll put this. Then I'll bring this here. Click out of here. Then I'll bring this to be somewhere around here. Then no. Then I'll pick this. Then I'll put it here. Then I'm going to have this to be white. So that is done. Then I can as well remove all those ones. So that means if I really want to put a frame, or in case of this, I don't actually want to use a frame. So let's remove the frame from it. I want to have it exactly like that. So we all right, let me close this. I don't want this. So we are having this. To be here. Then the next thing is I should actually widen this. Then I can just draw this back a bit, draw this back a bit. It's movable, so you can actually move it. Then we are having this as that. Then the next thing I'm going to pick, let's go back to the KPIs. I'm going to pick the line. Let's go to line. I'm going to pick this. I'm going to copy. Then I'm going to paste. So if you want to put a frame, I've already taught you how to go about that. Then I'm going to click Ctrl +1, no fill, no border. So we are having this as white. We are having this as white as well, but we are having this as this color. So that is what we are having. Then we'll move this closer a bit here. So we are having 6 by here, 6 by highlights. Then we'll go back again. Then we can now begin to pick whatever we want to pick. I'm still going to pick this later. Then I'm going to pick this down. Go to copy this. And I'll bring it down here. I'm going to paste. Let's have it. And let's reduce it a bit. And let's reduce this some a little bit. No fill, no border. Then we'll remove this. We don't want it. Then we'll come back here. First of all, we have it in red. So let's use this. Then the next thing is we go to white. Then we have this as white. Also, we have it as white. That's the only thing needed here. So we have that already done. Then the next thing is, let me see if we can actually reduce this. It's possible. It's possible. So we reduce the bit. Then the next thing is we come back. So we have just, then we'll pick this. So we won't forget to pick this. Then we'll go back here. Then we are going to put it here. Then we'll bring this down. Let's just undo. Then we'll bring this down somewhere around there. Then no fill, no line. We just want everything plain. Then we want white. Then we'll come back here. Then we know what we actually use. Then we have it like that. Then the next thing we are going to pick is already. We picked everything that we need here, I think, so that we will not miss anything out. We only have 3 shots here. I'll pick the 3, so we go to the line. Then we are picking this. Let's copy this. Let's paste it here. Then we'll move it down. Then we don't want no fill, no line. This is, first of all, we're having this as. Then we go back to this. Then we'll make it white. Then let's go to this. Now we'll make it white as well. So we are done with that. How many shots do we have left? I think we have 2 left. So we are going to pick this. Then we'll go back to our dashboard. Then we'll paste. Then we're going to reduce this because a shot is coming down there. We're still going to move all this. Let me just move this somewhere closer. Yeah. And let's have this more closer. Then the next thing is we have to, let's have this. Then no fill, no border. Then we have this as white. We have this as white as well. Then let's just change the color bit here. Then we have it rhyme. So that's good. Then we'll close here. Then we have just 1 shot coming down here. Let me see if we can actually expand this. Good. We can actually do that. Then the next thing we are going to do is we have 1 shot left, which we are having this, then we are coming back to that, as I've said. Then we come down here, then we paste. Then we reduce this. Don't worry. Control 1. No fill, no border. Then we still have to reduce this a bit. No fill, no border. Let's first of all, let's make it this color since we're having this opened. Then we'll go back here, we'll make it white. We'll make it white as well. So let's close this and let's see what we did. We did a good job. Then we can as well move this up a bit, yeah. Then we are moving this up a bit. And let's this get closer to here a bit, so that this can also get closer to here a bit. Then we have that already. I think it's getting too high. Now we go back to the last but not the least, this. And I told you, so which shot are we going to use in this? We are going to use our count of item. So we have just right click, show field settings. We are going to use this, but here we remove this. Then we have identifier, which is going to be the count. But remember, this doesn't have, we don't have to use, we're having this in a count, and count of what? Item identifier, outlet type. So this shouldn't be in the currency. Sorry. And it shouldn't be in currency. That's just it. So we don't want this in currency at all because account doesn't use currency. Account doesn't use currency. So we can't use this. We can just, I'm just thinking of the easiest way to go about it. Either we should use another one instead of me just going to, okay, we'll come back here. Let's go, oh, not this. So we'll come back here. Then we'll go to, then make it general. That's how. We don't have any other thing to. Then we go to, this is count of item identifier. So we have, let's go to insert, recommended, and let's go to bar. Let's click OK. We just want to count it and right click, hide all field chatting and chats. We don't need this. Remember, this is going to be count of athlete type. Count of athlete type. You can as well put. Then we are going to sort. Let's sort by smallest to biggest. Then we'll remove this. Then we'll remove this. Right click, add data label. That is the count that we want. Then we are going to copy. Then we'll move down to our dashboard. Then we'll paste it here. Let's remove it, reduce it from here. We can as well adjust everything from here. And then we'll move down. We have, let me click on this. Control 1. And let me widen it a bit to be of this. Then we go back here. We have it. Before then, I think we can just make use of this that we're having white. Then we have our, then we go back here, no fill, no border. No fill, no border. And let's click out. So we have everything. Close. I'm going to bring this, no, not the middle, because I want to have it in a straight line. We have already come to the end of this analysis. Go through analysis, not analysis. So the next thing left is for me to put a filter, which I'm going to do that after the video. Then you may ask me, which filter we're going to use? We are going to use the year as a filter. And you may ask me, where are we going to put the filter? We are going to put the filter under here. So we are going to use it to filter what we have in here. Let me see what we have here. Yeah, we have the right thing. So thank you everybody for taking this wonderful ride with me. Please, if you find this video interesting, if you find this video useful, please subscribe, please comment, and please share, and click the bell so you'll be notified anytime I upload a new video. Once again, thank you for taking this wonderful ride with me. See you once again. Bye.